All right, this is another application for beginners. And since all of the beginning level is designed of the principle of escape. So somebody's going to be grabbing you, putting their hands on you, you want to be able to get away. This one is on TNT Rinshin, or Heaven Earth Man's Fist. We have a technique called koon, which all we're doing is from our stance, we're taking our arms. We've just done that. For example, we did a punch. We're kooning. We're kind of rotating our arm. Our elbow is coming in, and our wrist is coming out a little bit. So we're coming in, it's tight all the way through. So there's a rotation that's involved in it. An important part here is to have the elbow coming in. You're about a fist width between your chest and your elbow. So it's always a good rule of thumb. So once you have your arm extended, you want to pull it in, so it's the elbows rotating in. So from the front, we're here, this position, it's pulling in this way. I'm not pulling back, which uses my shoulder, and I'm not pulling up, which uses my bicep. I'm actually rotating my elbow inwards, and this is rotating in a almost like a pulling a doorknob and pulling it towards me as I open it or turn it. So that's important. That's called koon. So the technique of escaping, this is very, very simple. It's fundamental, but it builds into more complex techniques later on. Is if our attacker, and I'm the defender, so if the attacker reaches out with his left hand and grabs my right, I want to do a koon technique. I want to add a step back. So from my neutral position, he's grabbing me. He's going to also want to pull me in a forward direction. If I don't step back and he pulls, I'm going to be pulled off balance. So to counter that, I'm going to step back. This gives me a little bit of a sitting position, so it's more difficult for him to pull. Then I do koon, what we just did before. My elbow starts to rotate in, and my wrist is going to turn. Now the idea is I want to apply the rotation towards his weakest spot of his grip, and that is always between the thumb and the fingers. Okay, that's where there's an opening, and that's where it's the width. So I'll do a koon, and that's it. It pops right out. So again, he grabs, and he's grabbing me pretty tight. He's a strong guy. So I'm going to koon as I step back, and I pop right out. I'm not having, if I use my bicep to do a pull, all of a sudden we play tug of war. If I'm using my shoulder, trying to pull my elbow out, that's it. I'm playing a tug of war with this big guy, and if I'm smaller, he's going to win. So I have to make sure that if he's grabbing me tight, I step back and koon. So technique will save you a lot. If you rely on your muscles, it'll get you only so far. But if you're with a bigger opponent, technique will save you. It'll allow you to escape and give you a chance to run away or save yourself. Okay? So that's your basic koon technique based on TNT Rinshin.